guys, this is less of an instructional video and more of just a fun one. This, I wanted to show off my main cigar box guitar. This has been my main player since I built it in 1996, which puts this guitar at 21 years old this year, which means it's old enough to drink. This is the guitar that I based on my very first free plans on the internet for how to build a cigar box guitar. And it showed how to take a 1x2 plank of poplar from Home Depot, jam it through a box, and add 3 strings with a bolt here and a bolt here as your nut and bridge. This guitar has gone all over the world with me. I've played it at so many different stages. If you look at the logo of Cigar Box Nation, that's this guitar. Actually on my banner over here too. And what this started out was a Macanudo Portofino Cafe box. I can sort of see it here. It's being held together by tape and everything else. This was a plywood Macanudo box. I first made my first guitar back in 1993. That was with a Swisher Sweet box and a plank of wood from my dad's barn. I'd made a few more, and by 1996, I was starting to sell them at craft festivals. Well, I didn't have one for myself because I kept selling the ones that I built. And so I decided I'd made 12 of them. And I was going to keep one out of the 12, and that would be mine. And so there was nothing special about this or any of the other ones. It was just in my style of making them. And then I went and I strummed all 12 of them, and I liked the tone of this best. So I just pulled it off and I said, this is going to be mine that I perform with. Little did I know that I would still be playing it 21 years later. And it's got a fretless neck. Do a little close up there. The neck is nothing but a stick of poplar from Home Depot. It has warped over the years, as you can see there. But when you're playing slide, that really doesn't matter because the warping actually helps. It feels better as I'm playing it. And then over the years, people that I've shared the stage with have autographed it for me. And let me see, there's Rory Block here. Chris Ballou from the President's of the United States of America. I have the Drifters. I opened up for the Drifters many years ago. Let me see, there's Bob Log III. Glenn Kaiser is right here. But all the other signatures are just as special because they're my friends that I've shared the stage with. Linda Kay, Kurt Burkholder. Kurt was in my first heavy metal band in high school, and now he plays cigar box guitar too, and we've shared the stage at Speal's Tavern. So this thing, Dr. Oakroot is on here, CB Giddy, The Joker, Blues Boy Jag, so many people. The other thing that is on here, and you'll see this on every guitar that I perform with in concert, there's always a white piece of paper here. And what that is the list of songs that this particular guitar is set up to play. Because my band doesn't use a set list in concert, we just get on stage and go. I've made it a habit. I just have every guitar has a list of songs right here that particular guitar is set up for. And I'll just grab a guitar, look on here, and scan the songs and see if one of them matches what the crowd is feeling. And it's all about reading the crowd. And if they're sort of, in a deeper mood, I'll go into like Personal Jesus. Or if they're crazier, we'll do some rock and blues. stuff like that. But every one of my guitars is set up like this. Man, this thing has seen so much. I put these F-holes here. You see these? These are Renaissance style C holes. And I chose these because when I was first starting, I called my company. Let me see if I can, boom, I'll do it right there and move that. Where is that? Am I getting it in there? There we go. I called my company Catfish Music Works. And so to have the C hole went along with the Catfish name. People ask me, how did I get the name Catfish? I had read back in the early 90s, before R.L. Burnside became famous with Fat Possum Records. I read this interview with him, and he was saying about how he toured Europe and everything, but he was still so poor that he and his brother would go out fishing for catfish just to make ends meet. And I always thought, wow, that's like a poor man's delicacy. So Catfish Music Works, a poor man's guitar. I just like the sound of it. What you see here is not paint. All this is actual sweat and dirt. I've never really cleaned this thing. I just kind of let it go. CB Giddy borrowed this for a while because he was planning on making a special edition, and that may still happen in 2017. But he borrowed it, and he goes, Shane, your guitar's kind of sticky when it gets hot. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's my sweat and my blood and my dirt all over it. But I am slowly wearing a hole through it. I've made it down 2 layers into the plywood right there. And I have another video on YouTube which shows how I changed the pickup a few years ago and put a CB Giddy piezo rod inside this bolt here. So you can look that up. But that's it. I just love this guitar. I mean, even acoustically, it... It's beautiful. And, you know, if you're building and selling cigar box guitars and people ask you how long do they last, I mean, is this a disposable thing? You can let them know that this one here is 21 years old and it's still going. Yeah, I've had to tape it up here and there, but I'm especially brutal when it comes to my instruments in order to get the sound out of them. But that's it. Oh, here's a little neat little tidbit. There's a hole right there. See that hole? When I first built this, I would perform at coffee houses. And I had several different ways of amplifying this. Before I put a piezo in, I didn't know any wiring. The first way I amplified this was I had a tie-tack microphone from Radio Shack. And I used to jam that in the sound hole here and send that out to a guitar amp. Well, that would feed back. So then I got this clip-on acoustic guitar pickup. The kind where you clip on the side of the sound hole and it's a contact mic. Well, I drilled a hole here and I clipped it on and that would sit there. But as I was playing, I would start knocking it off. Eventually, I had one piezo here. That went bad, and then I got the piezo pickup there. That's all there is to this, people. Everybody is making wonderful, beautiful, amazing cigar box guitars, but I can also tell you there's magic in the most simple ones, too. Nothing but a stick through a box. The frets are wood burned on here, and 3 strings. Turn this up. Get a little reverb going for the prettiness. Put the pick down. Go build one yourself. Go have fun. My name is Shane Speal. There's more information at shanespeal.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep in touch. Thank you for watching. Bye.